Hi folks, welcome to Carl's Vaping Reviews once again, and welcome to the video. I have a review for you now, guys, for a sub-ohm tank and RBA deck kit. I'm talking about the OBS T-VCT and the OBS T-VCT RBA kit. Both these were sent on to me or given to me today at my local bricks and mortar store, which is Escape to Vapor. That's Escape to Vapor, the number 2 that is. And my good friends down there, Jeep McQuaid, Andy Duros, Christine Bloor and Philip Malcolm. They give me this for review. I should have done this a while ago actually, and there was a big cock up with way bills and stuff from Brian at OBS Tech, and I should have done this review of the other version of this tank ages ago. But this is the review from Escape to Vapor. Now, let me have a quick vape first on my VT. Normally, I would have this tank attached to a device and show you the device vaping first, but what we're going to do is we're going to go, because we've got two sort of devices here, I'm not going to ramble on anymore. I'm going to give you a few specs on it first of all. The coils in this come in capacities of resistances of 0.25 ohm and 0.5 ohm. The 0.25 ohm is a dual coil BT-DC, and the 0.5 ohm is a BTC, so it's a single coil. Both vertical coils, but the 0.25 is a dual coil. It also comes in a 0.25 NITC coils, which weren't available at the time of picking this up. They are coming shortly. Japanese cotton, but it's called a greasing cotton, which upon looking that up, the cotton inside doesn't break down when wet. So it's a different type of Japanese cotton. The canthal wire in the coils is 100% US made canthal wire. Like I said, BBC bottom vertical coil for the 0.5 ohm and BTDC for the bottom triangular dual coil option. 0.25 ohms range from 10 to 50 watts, and the 0.5 ohms is 10 to 35 watts. That's what it'll state on the coils when I show you the coils up close. It's got adjustable airflow, and the selling feature of this is it's got top fill, which will show you that on close-ups also. And it also has, which is another selling feature, or both its USPs are its top fill. Well, it's got 3 USPs actually. It's top fill, it holds 6 ml of juice, and it's also got juice flow control externally from the device. The juice flow is obviously internal, but you can also adjust the juice flow from externally on the device. And the package contents you get in this package here, which is the tank kit, you get the T-VCT tank. You get one 0.5 ohm BVC coil and one 0.25 ohm BT-DC coil, and obviously the gift box, etc., and the user manual. So what we'll do, guys, we'll dive straight down and we'll have a look at the tank and the RBA kit. The contents of the RBA kit, let me just get that up now. I mean, I'll show you anyway, but the accessories in the RBA kit it comes with one OBS T-VCT RBA deck, one bit of canthal wire, 2 pre-built canthal coils, 1 pad of organic cotton, 5 O-ring seals, and 1 screwdriver. Let me just say now off the bat before we go down that the RBA deck, for me, as a reviewer and since I've been playing with it, it's not set up really for canthal, because of how small it is. It's really tiny, and you can get away with putting a canthal coil in there if you are going over sort of 0.8 ohms, but it won't really do sub-ohm coils. This won't in Canthal, so it's mainly made for nickel 200 builds, and I'll show you a nickel 200 build, me putting one on here for you guys shortly. So we'll go down now for close-ups, and we'll have a look at this, what comes in the packages, etc. So we'll see you down for close-ups. Right guys, here we are close up with the T-VC tank and the RBA kit. So what we'll look at first is we'll have a look at the T-VC tank. Now this is the packaging, very clean packaging, very nice packaging. There's the what's included for the coils. We'll just slide that off so you can read the back. If you can read the back, that is. There you go. You can pause the video at this stage if you wanted to read that. There's a QR code, and really nice gift box. Really nice clean packaging. So we'll take the lid off, and we get greeted with a user manual, which is good to see. Nice clear instructions on there, as you can see, really nice, and then images as well. So that's that. We'll put that in there, and then this is what you get in the package, guys. We'll put that to one side. So what you get is the tank and a spare coil at the top. Now the spare coil at the top is the 0.25 BTDC, and installed in the tank when I had it was the 0.5 ohm BTC coil. So we'll just get them out. We'll get that out actually whilst we're here. And as you can see, when I've opened it up, the O-ring off the coil has fell off. So be aware of these things. These things can happen. So you just got to put it back on again. It's off the base of the coil. If you don't put it back on, your tank will leak. So yeah, that's the coil. So let's go into manual photo. Let me just move this out of the way then first, and then we can get to the close-ups of what's included. So that's that. So we'll put the tank to one side for a second. Let's show you the coil. Like I said, this is the 0.25 ohm BTDC. And we'll go into manual focus for this now. There we go. So guys, there's the coil, and it says on there BTDC 0.25 ohms. We have 4 massive wicking holes. They are measuring round about 4 mil in height and about 3.5 in across in width. So you've got 4 of them there. These 0.25 ohm coils will work very well with high VG juice, and they've got a 25 watt to 50 watt. You can see that there, 25 to 50 watt. It says on there. Now make sure that this O-ring at the top here is in place around here, and then also obviously the bottom one came off here, which is these translucent O-rings here. There's your wide airflow, where the airflow comes in, and then it goes straight up the coil. Packs of these coils are available from Escape to Vapor as well. So that's the coil, guys. That's the 0.25 ohm coil, and this is the tank. And there's a few changes. This is the later version. On the other version, it didn't have engraving; it had laser etching, and it just had OBS around here, and there was no alien face on. But this is the alien face, and it's nice engraving. And then you've got OBS TM on the other side. This is a Pyrex glass tank, stainless steel outer. One of its flaws is you can't take the glass section away from the stainless tank to clean it out. It's one of those where you rinse it out and you can shake it, and that's why it's got little bits of water in there, because I've just cleaned it out. So you have to shake it out. Nice drip tip, and the bore on that, it goes down to, it's about a 12mm at the top, and it tapers down to about 6mm at the bottom. So that's a nice wide bore there. On the top we have arrows denoting which way to unscrew this, because it is top fill. So we unscrew the top, and then you put your liquid in one of the holes. The other hole will be, whichever hole you use, the other one will be for letting the air out. But when you do fill this, guys, close the airflow right off, and then you can fill it from the top. So what we'll do now is we'll show you this ring here at the top with this knurling on. That is your liquid flow control. If you can see that inside there, and get it right, as it turns, as you can see that opening and shutting the wick holes. So if you close it off, that's for thinner juices, thinner viscosity juices, and opening it up, it's for thicker juices, opening it wide open. So I'll show you that again when I've got the base off. So we'll unscrew the base, and then when I'm turning this ring, you'll see that is your juice flow control, where it shuts off these wicking holes on the coils. Now that bar in the centre, that's an innovative feature for stopping spit back. And as you can see, that is the full tank section. It doesn't strip down any further than that now. Just be careful of these translucent toe rings at the top. They do come out from time to time, especially when you're washing it out. But yeah, it's one of them where you've got to wash it and then shake it out. So that's the tank section. Now this is the 0.5 ohm BTC that's installed in here. We have a translucent O-ring on all of these coils, and we have on the base, designed by OBS, T-VCT, CE markings, and the 510, which is gold plated, and it's non-adjustable, and it doesn't stick out enough for you to use on hybrid mods. So be careful with that, guys. Don't use these on hybrid mods. And then the airflow ring here, really nice resistance on the airflow ring. We have two elongated Cyclops air holes either side, and you can tweak that right down to tight, and then it'll be tight on the other side if you want to have a tighter draw. And that's the base, guys. So that's the tank as it comes. So what we'll do is we'll just put that screw it back together. That's how it goes back together. Just be careful when you're inserting it because of that O-ring on the coils. Just make sure it's from new. It's quite dry. So when you do take it out, put a bit of, when you filled your tank up, put a bit of e-liquid on that O-ring first, and then we'll put the top cap on. Just screws on very nicely. Really nice finish to this, guys. Really nice finish. And then you put the drip tip on. Really nice fitting drip tip as well. So that's the tank. Let's just zoom out a touch. That's the tank, guys. Really nice. Nice big viewing windows as well, which is a change. So that's that. So let's move on to the RBA section. Get a little sleeve like that, and then on the back is some instructions. There's a typo on the back though, I think. If you can make that out at the top, let's just get some focus on there. Let's just, there we go. It says that the maximum heating diameter of the heating wire to be used in this is 0.65 millimeters. The minimum bore diameter, is 2.8 millimeters. That should mean maximum. That should say maximum. Because 2.5mm diameter coils in this. When I show you, 2.5 is very, very close to the pins. It's a really small deck to build on. I'm going to show you a 2mm nickel build here in a minute on this, and then that's all the markings for this kit. It's a really nice kit. So we'll just we'll go back out into autofocus. So we take the top off. We have a user manual, pictures on. It's a picture manual, like so, and we'll put that there. And then in his kit we have a styrofoam with 3 pieces, and then inside we have some cotton. I don't know what it is, and we have some spares, O-rings, screws, canthal, and some pre-made coils there. And then pre-made coils look like 3mm coils, and I don't know what, very close to 3mm. They don't look as though they're going to fit in here, to be honest. But I haven't tried them, but I never do anyway. So what I'll do is we'll just put that to one side for a second, then we'll get these bits out of here. You get that, and one of these famous screwdrivers, but this screwdriver comes in handy, as I will show you in a second. So we'll put that to one side. So this is the RBA deck. So let's go into manual focus again, because it's easier than it to keep going in and out. Right. This is the base of the RBA deck. As you can see, very, very tiny. This is the screwdriver that comes with it. It's very tiny. This is, let me just get my, this is a 3mm. This is a 3mm diameter screwdriver. And if I show you, you can't get 3mm in there. You can't get it in. You'll touch the coils. That doesn't sit in there properly. It's going to touch the side. So 2.5mm. Let's put that back. Sorry, 2.5mm is your maximum on here, in my opinion, for diameter of coils. And you've got 2 nice screw heads there, which you use a screwdriver for. You can also put your coils through into these holes, and then move your coil over, and then put your other coil in that hole. A bit like on the Limo, but it's a pain in the arse really to do it like that. Just go under the screw heads, but the screw heads are tiny on this. This close-up makes it look bigger than what it actually is. So always, when you get it as well, guys, make sure that this O-ring is present, this translucent O-ring here, also that one, and then on the top that clips on, what you've got here on the deck is a little, I'll show you, little where is it now? It's hard to see. It's there. Little notch in the on the base there. That's because it's not a screw fitment, it's a push fitment, and you can see the little notch in this there. And that notch, it's a push fit. So once you've got your cotton on, you push the two and you find the there, and then you push fit, it pushes on. I won't put it on now because it's quite hard. When you do push it on, guys, like so, let's just push it on. It's hard to grab hold of, and you have to sort of wiggle it and then pull it off like that. But what I have found with this design is a couple of times, because you need to keep this O-ring wet, but even when you before you insert it, because a couple of times when I've unscrewed it with because this goes onto the base, so this acts as another coil head, that this part, the top part, is left inside the chimney deck because it's push fit only and not screw on. So that's that. So what I'll do is I'll show you a little build on this. Let's just come out a little bit on the, I'll try and get it on camera as best I can. So what I've got here is some 28 gauge NI 200, and I'll show you what I've used. I can get it. It's here. It's 0.32 or 28 gauge NI 200, and this is the tempered or hard drawn stuff. so it's a bit hard, it's not the softer stuff. So what I do is I wrap 8 wraps of this 28 gauge around the screwdriver that comes in the packet. There's 8 wraps on there, and then all you do is wrap it. I've already pre-wrapped this. Wrap it, get your wraps round, and then push it up against here, and then it'll spring back and get your spacing correct. Let's just zoom in a bit more on the focus. You need nice spacing on NI200 like that, because of how you need them gaps in the NI200. So let's just go and put it on. So what I do is I unscrew this, like so, unscrew them, and then with the screwdriver you've used, you'll need another one as well, because I tend to use the screwdriver to place it in there and hold it in, because it keeps the shape. So you put it on. I have the legs coming off underneath the coil, not over the top like that. So I put it onto the deck like so, and then I hold that in place. I can show you there. Hold it in place with my thumb, and then what I do is I wrap the first one around the first coil and wrap it round the screwdriver that's in there, and then just tighten one of the legs down. Sorry if I've gone off camera. And then turn it round, because it is really fiddly, really fiddly. Move that back around there again. Try and show you this best I can, guys. And then wrap that one round that screw, back over it. All you're doing is just trapping the legs for the meantime. So you're just trapping the legs under the wires, and then come back off. And then it's all wonky now. Look, it's all wonky. Let's just zoom in a little bit more on my focus. It's all a little bit wonky. But before I start touching it, I'm going to just screw these down tight before I start manoeuvring the coil around, else your legs will come out. And then what we need to do is just center it correctly, push it over slightly, leave your screwdriver in, and just either cut these or just break them off. NI200 is quite soft, so it's you can just wiggle it off and it'll break eventually like that. And like, come on, there's always one. This comes off at a couple of pulls normally. Oh, stuff it. It gives you, if you can break it off, it gives you a cleaner cut, especially on these smaller decks. And then all you've got to do is start just fiddling with this a little bit, lift it up off the deck, center it a bit more. It's very pliable, NI200 it's too pliable at times, so pull it out, and we have a NI200 nicely spaced coil. And then just make sure these are, with NI200 you have to make sure that these are properly tightened down. If the coil moves, put your screwdriver back in and just center it up again, but it's not moved at all. That's the coil that I've built on this now. And then all you need to do is to wick it up with some cotton. So we'll just go on autofocus again, plop it on, plop it in there like so, and then we'll get some cotton from down here. Very little cotton, guys. Cut a slither off about, I don't know, 3 or 4 mil wide. I just take one of these off, outer edges of this cotton, and then scrub one end, roll one end up in between your fingers, and then push through. Yeah, let's go into manual focus again. There we are. Push through, and then be careful when you're pulling this through, because it's Ni200 is really soft. So if you feel it's going to be too tight, just give it a roll. Doesn't want to be too tight in here, guys, so that's enough. Just pull that through, and keep pulling both sides like that. It needs to be nice, and then what we do is we cut it off really short to the, I put my scissors on the edge of the base, I do, like so. And then what we do is we just fluff these ends like that. Fluff these ends up. So effectively you've got a coil for the RBA deck like so. So you can use that whenever you want, and what you do then is you would get your base. Sorry if I go off camera. Take your coil out that's in there, the pre-built coil that is, that's the 0.5 ohm coil. Then what you do is you screw this into there. I mean, I haven't been doing it like, you know, I haven't been screwing this into there like that. What I've been doing is juicing it up now. I'm just putting a bit of juice on it. Just get these wet. Just a tiny bit. Just get them wet up. And then just I've just been sort of just pushing it onto the deck. Like so. Just very lightly, because you're going to put just enough to push your chimney on, and then push your, if you've got a bit too much cotton there, because you don't want it caught at the bottom, so just stay on the deck. If it needs trimming, trim it, and then find your mark for. Find that little notch. You can feel it when it clicks in. That's it. And then it clicks in, and then what you've got is you've got to build like that inside, and then just make sure that you sort of block the channels up, block the holes up here with cotton, so you can see the cotton there, and that's the other side. So you've got your cottons blocking them holes slightly. Don't want to see anything through there, any light, because it'll flood else. Just poke. You can poke it into the holes there. So that's your build for on here for your Ni200. So we won't use that. We'll use the 0.25. But that's how you build your That is how you build your RBA deck with Ni200. So let's put the let's put the 0.25 ohm coil in. You just screw it in to the base. This is the BT DC now, and then I always put a little bit of e-liquid in, a couple of drops into there, and then by the time it'll soak down in a second. And then what you do, on first fill, I always fill it from the bottom. I find it easy just to fill it from the bottom, first fill, because you can fill it from the bottom as well. Also, you can. Let's just always make sure that everything's all tight up in there. Just put a bit in. Don't have to fill it up all the way. That'll do. So that's filled up to there now. And then put your base on, because you've already just be careful when you push it in. You'll feel the O-ring, and then it'll just slide in nicely. And then screw your base on, like so. There we are. We tip it back up again. So let's go into autofocus again. So that's the OBS T-VCT tank filled up, and as you can see, it's wicking, but we need to see the them windows. We're going to alter the it's quite tight, the juice flow control is. There we go. So we're opened up there now. So that's it, guys. So I'll see you back up at the top and I'll have a vape on it. Hi folks, welcome back up to the top. One thing I didn't show you in close-ups before we go ahead is the RBA deck obviously only has 2 holes on it. Let me just, I forgot to show you this in close-ups. Only has 2 wicking holes, one either side, whereas the coils have 4 wicking holes. So you can see the wick holes in the window when it's in the base. On this RBA deck, so as you know your wicking holes are open, there are 2 alien faces, one either side, one there and one there. So as you know that the wicking holes are open on this, is you need them alien faces in the viewing window and the juice channel on the chimney section showing. So they need to be visible on the RBA deck so as you know how far open. So if you can only see half a face in the juice channel window when you're doing the juice flow control, you only have half your wicking hole open. So the alien faces represent the other 2 sort of wicking holes that you get on, because you get 4 wicking holes on the pre-built coils. Excuse me, and I need a beer. Lovely. So I've got the 0.25 ohm BTDC in here now with some of my all day vape, lemon and lime custard cream from Big Cloud eliquid.co.uk, and it's reading 0.26 on my smock. So I'm going to put it up to just 38 watts, I think, at the moment, just while it burns in. Probably 37 watts, actually. 37 watts. Because it's 3.1 volts, that is. Just while it breaks in. Oh. One thing I've noticed, guys, the 0.25 ohm coil is far superior, in my opinion, than the 0.5 BTC. The dual coil in this, the flavour is fantastic. I mean, I've been running that all day today, the 0.5 ohm coil, and it's not a patch on this. Fantastic flavour. 37 watts. We've had a couple of vapes at 37 now, so we'll knock it up a bit because it is a bit low for the BTDC. 45 watts it's on now, so that's putting 3.5 volts roughly through to the coil. And I've got this, it's reading 0.26 on my smock X Cube 2. I've got the airflow wide open on this, so you can close it off if you want to get a little bit more flavour through. I've got it sort of 3/4 open now, so let's take a vape. Oh man, that is one of the best tasting pre-built coils I've ever tasted. It is a really good coil, that 0.25 ohms is. Oh, that's fantastic. That is really, really good. Oh man, I haven't tasted a pre-built stock coil like that in a long time, if ever. That 0.25 ohm coil in there is an absolute beast of a coil. Honestly, now that is a beast of a coil. That is, I mean, I bought the RBA deck. If you buy the RBA deck, it's for NI200 builds in the main and for running temperature sensing coils, because the deck is so small. It really is fiddly, the deck is on this. It comes with the 0.5 and the 0.25 ohm coil. 0.5 being a single vertical coil, and the 0.25 being a dual coil, dual triangular coil, as they call it. If you're going to buy a pack of coils to go with this tank, purchase the 0.25 ohm coils if you've got the mod to support that, because they are far superior than the 0.5 ohm coils, in my opinion. Far, far superior. I can't state it enough. It is really, really, really good. I can't get over that. I can't get over that. I need a drink. I can't get over that. So we'll have one last vape and then I'll talk about pricings, etc. Fantastic. I said one last vape, didn't I? Fucking hell. That's unbelievable, that is. Fucking alcohol. That is really, really good. Anyway, it's less rabbiting call. The OBS T-VCT RBA coil head kit is available from escapetoVapor.co.uk, online and in store at my local store, local to me, which is on the IMEX Business Park in Fenton. Pop down there. They're very, very friendly down there. Christine, Jeet, Andy and Phil, all see to you. The RBA coil head kit is $9.99. And the tank is £26.99 to buy. So that's £26.99. And the RBA kit, if you want to do temperature sensing, that is, because I believe that's all that can really do, to be honest. If you want it, it won't do sub-ohm canthols. It's the deck is too small because it's a single coil deck. And it's too small for sub-ohm coils that you need to put in there, to place in there. So, can't get over that coil, 0.25 ohm coil. It's fantastic. Excuse me. What's in the news, Robin? That's a grim green, isn't it? Right, yeah, so that's it, guys. So any questions, comments on this beast of a tank, 6mm, top fill, juice flow control or externally, so you can alter your juice flow for whatever viscosity of juice you have, thicker or thinner juices. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. Really, really good tank. Really good tank, especially them 0.25 ohm coils, BTDC coils. I think Escape to Vapor and Jeet that runs it is going to be ordering some more of them in, because they'll be going like hotcakes when somebody uses one of them coils in this tank. So that's it. Thanks, guys, for watching. Any comments, like I say, you can comment under the video. You can I'll just give you the address for Escape to Vapor if you haven't already seen the address or know of the address. Let me just get it up for you now. It's on the IMEX Business Park in Fenton, and it is 2 seconds. It's 52 IMEX Business Park, Ormond Street, Fenton, ST4 3NP. I'll put the link to the website up on and the products up on underneath the video, under the description. But thanks for watching, guys. Catch me on the Vapors of Stoke-on-Trent Facebook group also, where I'm admin with Nick Callett and Andy Duros. And I'm also on the Approved Vapors Facebook page, Facebook group, should I say, with all the admin staff on there, 6 of us. Yeah, thank you, and I'll see you in my next review. Thanks, guys.